Whew. Oh, thank God, it's you. Please, get this thing off of me. Please. I can't take it anymore. It's been on for more than 2 days, and I feel like I'm going insane. I may have misbehaved a bit. One of the asshole guards was being even more of an insufferable bastard than usual, and I might have used my powers just a tiny bit to put him in his place. And then they gassed me. And when I woke up, this goddamn contraption was around my head. Again. But I'm not supposed to be punished like this for more than 12 hours at a time. Please, just take it off. Please. I won't use my compulsion on you, I promise. I will be good. Besides, I know they're watching me on camera. They'd gas me again if I tried anything. Please, for pity's sake, just take this thing off my head. You will? Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is... You made eye contact with me. You probably shouldn't have done that. Don't bother trying to move. You won't be able to. Oh, relax. You're fine. We're just communicating telepathically right now. Well, communicating. It's more of a one-way thing, really. All I get from you is basic emotional feedback. I'm only a very minor telepath. I've never really had much use for it. Before now, that is. There's really nothing to worry about. I know that it feels like my eyes are holding you in place right now, but it's only that. It's only a feeling. I can't really help that, by the way. I need the eye contact for my telepathy to work. So you're going to be staring into my eyes for a while longer. It's not that much of an ordeal, is it? I mean, there are worse things to be looking at than at my eyes. I've always thought they were my best feature. I wonder if you think they're... Anyway, my point is that we could talk for hours with you looking into my eyes the entire time. And for the outside world, when I finally break eye contact, it will be like you just barely glanced at them. It's like time is standing still for us. I'm betting they're not even going to notice anything on the cameras. But even if they do, and they're smart enough to trigger the gas, I doubt it's going to matter anymore. We have all the time in the world to have a nice long chat without being overheard. And I do feel like chatting, you know. It's been days since I was able to talk to anyone. The asshole guards trigger the shock manacles whenever I open my mouth. Were you on holiday or something? You really missed out. There's so much that happened. I've learned a lot, and I had an epiphany too. You remember those books I asked you to get? The ones to help me become a hypnotherapist? Thank you for arranging that, by the way. I've learned about inductions, conditioning, subliminals, triggers. Fascinating stuff, really. Reading those books, it made me realize there was so much more I could have been doing with my compulsion. Rather than just giving people a single command that lasts for a couple of minutes, I could use it to hypnotize them. But on steroids. I used to hate the way my eyes would light up with all these colors whenever I used my power. But now, I don't think there's a better hypnotic focus in the world. And I'm just dying to find out exactly how well it's going to work. It actually even got me excited about the rehabilitation program, you know. I think I would have made a pretty good hypnotherapist. Results guaranteed in just one session. There's so many people that I could have helped. So many sleeper agents I could have created. When the officer came by 2 days ago, there was a superhero with them. One of the League bigwigs. Lightning Lass or something. And do you know what I saw in her eyes? Fear. I've always thought it was ridiculous I was being locked up in a prison for supervillains. I mean, make a clerk sign off on your building permit, make some museum guards give you a petty gemstone, and boom. All of a sudden you're a supervillain. I do have to say, it has a pretty nice ring to it. Supervillain. But I digress. I saw that the ones that really pull the strings around here are afraid of me. They're afraid of my power, of what I can do. And I realized they're never going to let me out of here. And that I was going to have to escape. Which got me thinking, if I could manage to hypnotize one of the guards, I'd be home free. Of course, if I tried to do it by talking or by using my compulsion, I'd just get gassed before I got anywhere. But if I could use my telepathy, I would have all the time I need. I could just natter away, keep their conscious mind focused on what I was saying, and sneak in something else past their defenses unnoticed. Subliminally. And if I could lure that guard very close first, make sure that my eyes were all they could see, well, that would just make hypnotizing them a cakewalk. My eyes are not nearly as mesmerizing when I'm using my power, but they're still pretty fascinating, right? I bet that if you looked into my eyes for long enough, you would get hopelessly lost in them. You wouldn't be able to help it. You would look into my eyes and they would draw you in. You would just keep looking deeper and deeper and deeper all of the time. You wouldn't even be aware that you're doing it. You'd simply sink and keep sinking deeper and deeper into my eyes. Just like you're doing now. For what it's worth, I am sorry to be doing this to you, to be taking advantage of your kindness. I would really have preferred to be doing this to one of the assholes, but I guess I always knew it was going to have to be you. None of them would ever get this close to me. They're much too afraid of me. They don't relax around me. Not like you. You know there's nothing to worry about. That you can relax, that you can trust me, listen to me, let go and sink for me. And that's it, just like that. But I know you must be getting tired of listening to me talk. Getting so tired and sleepy. But that's alright. You can just go to sleep. Sleep. Welcome back among the free-willed, kind of. Sorry about the time skip, but I thought it would be better if you didn't remember the last couple of hours just yet. Suffice to say that I'm free and completely in control now, thanks to you. It's funny how easy it is to hypnotize someone when I actually use my compulsion. Taking over this prison was child's play, not to mention a lot of fun. You know, I think I've discovered something about myself today. Putting people in my thrall is such a rush. Watching them obey my instruction, not simply because I'm making them do it with my power, but because I've reprogrammed their mind. Or even just watching them go about their business, completely unaware that I've got my hooks in them and could trigger them at any time. It's awesome. And I just love that look people get when I put them under my spell. The way their eyes glaze over as they stare into mine. The way their face goes all slack. Delicious. I think I want to see that look on you, too. Besides, I've still got some cleaning up to do in that mind of yours. So, look into my eyes, puppet. Look deeply into my eyes. Yes. Sink. Wake up. Like I thought, blank-faced obedience does suit you. But you've always been kind to me. Treated me like a person instead of like a monster. So I'm not going to... Anyway, what I'm trying to say is you're okay in my book. And the way you tricked the warden out of her secure office, that was inspired. I'll never forget the look on her face when she realized you betrayed her. You might even get to remember it yourself one day. So, I'm going to give you a choice. You can just stay here and carry on as usual, or if you want a promotion or something, I can make that happen too. I've got all the guards here under my thumb. It'll be like nothing ever happened, like I was never even here. But you know, eventually someone is going to come to investigate. And even as daft as League of Heroes members tend to be, even they're going to notice something's off. There'll probably be investigations, deprogramming, the works. They'll find out it was you who's to blame for my escape and what you did. Maybe they will believe that I hypnotized you into doing it. Maybe they won't. And I don't know what's going to happen to you then. I'm a mind controller, not a clairvoyant. But there is another option too. If you want, you could come with me. Become the first of my many minions. That sounded better in my head. Become my henchman? Sidekick? Yeah, sidekick, I guess. You could be my sidekick. I'm going to discover the secret identities of all the major players in the League of Heroes, and then brainwash them all. It's going to be a blast. I'll have to be really careful and subtle about it. I can't have any of their psychics discovering what I'm up to until it's much too late. So, if that ploy you pulled with the warden was any indication, I think you could really be an asset to me. I guess you might have some mortal qualms about the whole brainwashing thing, but I wouldn't do anything evil. Just a lot of gloating. And maybe get some more pretty things to decorate my lair, without some annoying do-gooder getting all upset about it. Besides, there's so much corruption in the League that me taking over could actually be a good thing. Just think what all those heroes could accomplish if they all worked towards some common goals. My goals, but still. I'm going to go through with it regardless, you know. There will just be a lot less collateral damage if you help me out. And you could rein me in when I'm taking things too far. I promise I'll listen to what you have to say. I wouldn't even brainwash you all that much either. There will be a little brainwashing though. I mean, trust is good, but mind control is better. I probably should have ended my pitch on some other note, but oh well. So, what's it going to be? Are you staying here, or are you joining me on the adventure of a lifetime? I knew I could count on you to make the right decision. Come, let's ditch this joint.